Well, I just like I just rest. Maybe like do some light exercise. Make sure I don't lose straight, but nothing heavy. Nothing
Right,
heavy to aggravate. You just like stretching and that.
Got it.
Kind of
Okay,
thing.
let's do some percentage rolls
Yes.
for your healing.
39. That's marginal. 6 and 33.
One off for all three.
Yes. So 8, 7, 7.
You slowly are continuing to recover. You got no rest this particular time. And perhaps an intrigue check to try and figure out why this person would be.
Yep.
What on earth this was all about.
To do intrigue.
Yes.
And I
That
managed
looks
it.
good.
Yeah, 27, so I managed.
Fergal is like
Yes,
surprisingly
Yeah.
witty.
It's
It's
cognizant.
Marginal
Yeah.
success,
Yeah.
which is okay, but that's well enough for you to recognize
Yeah.
that the Liat Kaver have figured you out.
Yeah.
And not enough for you to really dope out precisely who to go to or anything of the kind. But that is, the local mafia.
That's,
And that's not a good look.
No.
Yeah. So how about you today?
How about Oscar? Yes. Well, actually, I think she has something she should have done yesterday, and that is try to find out what the hell happened to Betrain. Now that there are people coming back to the town.
Nothing happened.
But she has to actually know. She doesn't actually know. She hasn't actually heard sort of everything. She could investigate this sort of
The
issue.
fellows should be back by now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Train
And
was expecting them
Yeah.
back now, and
There are people
He
coming
was
back now.
he was expecting an advance,
Mhm.
scout to gallop back as quickly, and as you know, the distance is not so far.
No.
A person can make it in half a day if you
Yeah.
pushed your mount.
Mm.
Yeah.
Dude's not here.
Mhm. But there are some people who have returned recently to sort of, but she also tries to respect the constable sort of orders that she has to stay put and safe inside. So she might just ask around sort of in the keep first. So
What are you asking, and whom? About what?
Sort of the people who returned recently, which she probably don't know.
Oh, these fellows.
Yeah,
right?
she knows who they are at least. Sort of asking for this second or third hand information to begin with, sort of.
You can go see Artor.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it
Or
doesn't.
further.
No, maybe. Yeah, but actually, she might actually just go to Arthur straight up.
Yeah.
Visit him.
You are a favored
Compliments.
member of the men now, and are at the keep. You're not in just some lodging.
Yeah, true.
So,
true.
yeah,
She might actually go visit him.
that
Person.
seems like exactly the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Well then,
Yeah, well then, she knocks on the door.
Don't look under the bed.
Can I come in? Talk to Arthur, rather.
Soon I'm just gonna write some stuff down.
Yes.
Get ready for a fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
2, 4. Okay.
remind us of your comeliness.
My. Yes, I have them.
16.
9.
He's so irritated.
I'm good
It's a fun
at
character, yeah.
everything except
Yeah.
will and aura.
Yeah.
Those are the things I'm not good at.
No, actually.
Use that.
Yeah, use that. Yeah, but she, you returned recently from sort of outside the west of Weseda, and sort of I was wondering if you had seen anything. I know you talked to people already and you reported, and it's been very favorable, and that's good. It really needs good people at this keep. But I was just wondering. I mean,
What is specific you want to know?
I want to know what happened to the alchemist who traveled out there. Have you seen him? Have you known anything?
What's his name again?
Petrain.
Right. Thank you. We ran into him, but as with the others two I was with, I do not know their fate. We got separated, and it just me and Ariel, we went one way, and they went another, probably to fight the monster or distract it, so we could get back with something that Geralt entrusted to me, and right now I do not know what happened to the alchemist.
So did you get hurt in his company, or was that afterwards when you split up?
That was afterwards with some bandit who must have heard something about things being
Bad guys.
transferred.
Bad guys. They did the bad thing and then they ran off.
No, they were killed.
Yeah.
I killed the bandits.
That's right.
Oh, well, that's very good. You know, you don't want that. We don't want that these kinds.
I have
kind of
examined
thing
the
with-
rules. There are no roles between player characters in regard to these things.
No, you have to roleplay it. Yeah.
Well, you have to, I think, assess whether your character, when it comes to belief bullshit, bullshit and belief, that you will simply assess whether it matches what your character thinks and knows.
And so this bandit, did he come from the direction where Petrain had left you?
Roughly. Me and friend, we ran for some distance. I can't tell you exactly how far, but then we were taking a break, and there was a bandit who snuck up on us, and we noticed luckily in time. But there was a conflict. I got hit in the forest, and I got stabbed in my thigh. As I say that, I point to the bandage to prove that I am injured, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that, absolutely.
You can see something else. Make an awareness check.
Oh no.
Failed.
Oh, critical failure.
Critical failure.
It failed its stealth check. Yeah. But you
Failure.
completely borked your opportunity to spot it.
Oh,
And so, therefore, you probably
Shove
are
it
like...
back in.
Was that something? Did I?
It's a cat.
Critical failure.
Ah, I see.
Critical failure.
I see.
You were admiring this. I was like, see, they wounded me.
Yeah.
Nice abs.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And anyway, so that about that. So you didn't actually, but it was only one bandit.
That we encountered. There could have been more that they were there, but we encountered one and no more. I don't know.
So you operated alone.
I'm not saying he operated alone. I'm saying we encountered one. He could have been a part of a group that also split up. They saw multiple people split off, so they decided to also split. I don't know. All I know is we encountered one bandit.
Well, then
did
it's
not survive.
reasonable to assume that Petrain would have encountered this bandit's friends. I suppose it's not unlikely that he would have encountered them. I suppose.
It's completely possible that there were more who Petrain and Geralt and Rory encountered. It's possible that they.
One other thing that I think is worth an intelligence check for Osquin. Intelligence times 5.
What? Intelligence 10. 50. 50.
Oh, goodness.
Mark.
No,
No,
Mark.
Oh, Mark, yeah. Oh, it's a free, not a 30.
You
Yeah.
get
Right. Now, that statue was of a stylized mare dragon.
Oh, yeah.
Mare dragons live out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what an intelligence check is for.
Oh, yeah. That might be
You
something.
might
I see.
I'm just saying you're like, I'm wondering if something about these mare dragons is involved.
Oh, yeah. She would have known about those, yes, of course.
Uh-huh.
And might I was ask, you didn't see any? Did you see the monster? Did it look like roughly, the Mare Dragon sort of look?
Which is the first thing those other guys had asked you, I might add.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm getting tired of explaining it, though it didn't completely see the monster.
But you did see a fen dragon, didn't you? Or
They
merman,
did.
yeah.
They did see one.
Yeah.
They saw two.
Yeah, you did,
Right?
Yeah.
Remember, they came out of the
So
mist.
if I
yeah.
explain what, the dragons that live out there, you know what they look. You've lived there all your life. They look like what was it? Brown sort of mustard yellow brown sort of stocky beings. Did you see any of those? Yeah.
No.
I didn't see one.
I honestly can't remember the murderers actually. So I'm having trouble to say something.
This is when Petrain came out of the marsh.
Yeah.
And you guys met
Ah,
him.
right.
And he was accompanied by these
Yeah.
two dragons that he
Right.
spoke to a little more. And they talked to you guys in weird
And he get
archaic
something.
language. And he got something from them.
Is that
Thank you for reminding me.
No problem, right?
I should drink that probably then.
You can do whatever you want. Sorry.
So
Please don't.
as you described the murder, so that's what before I met up with Froggy, he came in later. There was a weird incident. I didn't know what it was at the time, but when me, Jordan, and were in the small little, I don't think I can say town really, but
No.
small
Best.
outpost.
So you mean that place?
That's the one we
Yeah.
can't read.
Not not
Yeah.
not the mafia sort of hideout.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good.
We did see the actors Brain come out of a sort of mist with two of these murder dragons and they seem to be talking
Mm-hmm.
to him. I don't really know. I couldn't understand what was being conversed, but they seemed to make noises at him, and they seemed to be understanding.
Very interesting. So that was the first time when you met Petrain then? Yeah, I was encountered by this.
Intrigue. I'm beginning to realize exactly what.
Critical success.
Oh no, it's a 5, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course it's
Yeah.
a critical success. Yeah.
Okay. This is the assistant to Dafid. Dafid was partnering with Petrain, the alchemist. He clearly had gone out to this area to get something from the Merdragons. It's obviously of some importance. Now you're being pestered specifically about it. And you didn't get anything off of Petrain's body.
Nope.
No.
But you know that someone you know is quite the pockets emptier,
Yeah.
who did have quite a bit of access to that body.
Yeah, well, I was away looting the horse bag.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly. You didn't see anything.
And so, intrigue-wise, critical success. Fergal has the thing that Petrain got from the Merdragons, which is apparently very, very, very important to Dafid and probably to Sir Petrin.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm
if
drinking
she
it.
finds out about this,
And I can't really trust Fergal to make up a story.
right? And Fergal is a very weak
Oh yeah, but
link to.
You did mention so. To conclude my investigation, Oscar might just turn around and say one more thing.
Oh,
You did mention
no.
one more treatment.
Oh no, here it comes.
So you did mention you weren't traveling alone then. You were traveling with Fergal.
On the
Also
way
did-
back only, we encountered him later on. Me,
Yes,
Petrain.
I can't hold my story
I
stories.
just love the way Artor is like symbols.
to explain my journey, it was me and Grog traveling out to a small out. We met up with Rotary, and then
you met up with Rory. Oh,
yeah. I mentioned his name a couple of times now. And then we went to travel back, and on the way back, we encountered Petrain coming out of the mist. Then later on after that, we encountered Fergal, and then sometime after that, something came, and it spooked the horses. We split up. Me and Fergal ran into a bandit. I killed it. We got back to it. You did not kill a bandit.
well, yes, but who's telling the story here? In your story, I did. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. We defeated bandit, and we made a way to a small outpost that was closer, and then there was a hunter who came by the name of Usnal who made us some food and stayed with us for a night until the guards from here encountered us and brought us back.
Yeah.
So I only traveled with Fergal a small amount of time on the way back.
I see. So, but he was with you when you split up with. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your forthcoming information, Arthur. I wish you a very good convalescence.
Speedy recovery.
And Barry, how do you know about murder dragons and what they look like?
I've been living here for 16 years, so have you.
Yes, but I had never encountered them before.
Neither I have. I keep my eyes open. You might be good to do the same, you know. Listen to people.
Hit her.
She knows something.
Yes.
She knows something. There's some reason here.
Monster hungry.
Oh goodness. The two of you are now like really both made each other nervous.
Yeah.
Backing off.
But yes.
Yeah, it might be. There might be other people I might be seeing about this inquiry.
Are you gonna flap your mouth about this?
It's nothing concrete. I mean, you stuck to your story. Like, that's my story.
Okay,
I'm sticking to it. So she doesn't really know. It checks out with sort of what you've already been saying. So it makes sense.
Okay.
I don't have any reason to.
No, but the point is
I
that
need the
your
sort of
role. No, it's who made the critical success.
Yes.
Yeah. So you are the one who now recognizes that a whole bunch of different power strings, have been pulled.
Yeah.
And that the currently the big weak link is Fergal, and also that and you knew about Rotary too. You know that Liet Kver are going to be moving in on this too.
Did Rotary have many sort of dealings with Deathfield? Would Oswen know that is sort of by association or by name or something?
Probably not by name. They
No.
would have kept that a little shut.
Yeah. So it doesn't actually
Because-
Rotary doesn't tell her anything sort of.
Right, because
But
remember
it's a name.
that's the sort of unspoken side of what he does.
Over connection. Well, there's another more closer target for this investigation at this point. And well, the night is still young, so I might actually have to thumb on that sort of. Oh well, yeah, I do have Iver or Ingver or whatever his name was, the guard I had.
Yes, Emir. Yeah.
Ymir. So I might actually go find him first, because I'm going outside the keep. I have to keep safe.
Okay, well, I'm checking on the rest of this day. Is there anything you want to accomplish in the afternoon besides just resting and healing? If you want to have a healing roll next, then you have to do that. Otherwise, you won't get one. And you say you want to keep moving on this investigation thing.
I'm looking through the body, of course.
True.
And
You know what?
then-
I think we're going to have to pick up in the
Yeah.
afternoon, especially because there may be a social. This was not out in the wilderness. This
No.
is social.
Yeah.
So therefore, we have to have interactions about
Yes.
this. So we are at the afternoon of the 15th. And that's where we are.
Yeah.
And I need to check also on some of the details of what has happened